to some customer feedback. I realize there's still a high percentage of people that are still on NT7, and they want to use the Orderflows Trader with NT7, not NT8. So if you fall into that category, we've updated our NT7 version of the Orderflows Trader 2.0 for NT7. And people say, why would I use NT7 still if NT8 is the one that's going out there? Well, there's a group of people that maybe they have indicators from other providers that or they have programming done for NT7 and they still want to stay with NT7 because it's a big difference between NT7 and NT8 in terms of programming. But before I begin, let me just go through the brief disclaimers per usual. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only, should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or make any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. Investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Alrighty, so this is the euro currency this morning, and as you can see, you got the prominent point of controls up here. So you got your divergence as well, which is already programmed. But I just want to talk about this little sell-off here. So you got resistance here, double top, resistance, and divergence. Yes, you do have a supportive point of control here, but we sold off from our first high with the divergence and prominent point of control. Came down here to a support. We rallied back up. And you got prominent point of control and resistance again. Now some people like to throw stones and say, well, yeah, you had to sell here, then it was a buy, but then look, it didn't go anywhere. Well, it's because you got a sell signal here. Sometimes people get married to the last trade that they're in. They're in this trade and then they just, for whatever reason, don't want to take the next trade. If you got a signal, say you're long from here and you've got, a short signal, you don't stay long. You get out at the very least, you get out. Then you'll assess the situation and get short. And what you have here is a combination of things. You got your divergence and prominent point of control, which I've always said is a nice trade setup. And then you've got your ratio in the next bar. So, even without this prominent point of control, your divergence and your ratio, which is, one of my bread and butter trades that I've always talked about. This is a great short opportunity up here, this morning in the euro currency. And let me just show you some of the other features that we've added into it. What do I want to show you? I'll show you the E-minis charts. So you can see here, this is last night. I don't know where we at right now this morning here. We got the multiple imbalances in there showing, here you got this morning at 5 in the morning. Again, the ratio and divergence right from the high. What do? We sell, here's your divergence, here's your bearish ratio. This bar, you don't have the prominent point of control. But what do you got? You sell off from your high all the way down to your low. I mean, it's not the biggest move, at this point at 5 in the morning. We're only trading, 21 3/4 down to the low at 14 here, before we sort of hang around there and eventually make new highs a little earlier. But those are those trades that I talk about all the time. Here's again, this is the problem sometimes, when you're dealing with S&Ps in the night session, you're talking a range from 20 down to 15, right about here, 14 3/4. So it's very tight range. If you're looking to buy or sell a potential top, I like to have a bit more range. I mean, here you had a ratio. Here you had a divergence and a prominent point of control. Then it came down here and it met a supportive prominent point of control and it rallied back up here where you got the sell signal there. But you could sell signal, but it's more of the order flow tools telling you, hey, this is a potential short opportunity. And you can see here yesterday afternoon, you got a swing low, prominent point of control, multiple imbalances, and we rally up going into the futures close. What else was there? This is what else can I show you? I'll show you the I think it's a little bit better, a little more clearer on a mini Dow chart. Let's take a look at this morning. You might be able to see these signals a little bit clearer here. So here you can see some sweeps. Here you see a sweep, sweep up, a sweep down. That was the other feature. Another sweep there. Another sweep there. Some sweeping activity going on in here. See if there's any trap traders signals. Well, it's hard to get decent signals when the volume is very thin in the evening session. But I'll take a look at yesterday's main session. I know it's the colors is a little bit different than this purple. Well, here's a trap trader here. We did pop up, make a new high by a couple ticks before you had a nice sell off from that high. It's just, I don't want to say it's premature ejaculation, but it's just premature here. These guys were trapped. Market started coming off, rallied back up. Didn't give the trap signal there. We do got a bearish ratio. Then the market sold off. So, what to do. Down here you got another trap trader here, this green arrow. This was a nice one. This was right on the cash open, 8:30 and 13 seconds. It sort of lines up with this. It's almost a double bottom here. The first time you didn't get the trap trader signal. Second time you definitely did. They're coming down here to test the bottom, try and take it a little bit lower. It didn't work out, and then the market rallied up from there. Let's take a look at the 5-range euro currency real quick. Where are we here today? Okay, just go back to yesterday's stuff. There were some interesting things here yesterday, if I can remember. Here you got a nice little double bottom being formed. You got a prominent point of control. You don't get the prominent point of control a second time. Here you got a double top. This one failed. Here, this was another double top with the prominent point of controls, and you got a nice little sell-off down here. Like I said, this one was interesting because you had very heavy volume. Even if you look at the volume of this bar, 18,000. Here you're looking at 2,000, 3,000, 1,400. So about over 6,000 contracts traded right here to support this market. Tested it again here. People say, well, you got prominent point of controls here. Yeah. Would I be looking to get short these versus getting long these blue ones? Get short the red versus get long the blue? Well, when I see a situation like this, look at the volume. I judge it, well, which is stronger. And in this sense, I'm willing to take, 2,000, 3,000, 1,500 more than 157, 70, 17, or 263, 178, and 4. Even here, 288, 74, 81. This little pocket here is much stronger than these two put together. But I know that back here, there's very strong support. Even when we come back down here, we can't even get down offered at this level again. And you see how the market starts moving back higher, higher, higher. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about with the NT7 version of Orderflows Trader 2.0. We've added the prominent point of controls, the multiple imbalances, the sweeps, the enhanced trap traders. So enjoy. Bye-bye.